When Walmart started selling an $80 bag identical to a $25,000 Hermes Birkin, something fascinating happened. The ultra-rich did not panic. They simply shifted to status symbols that you cannot buy at any price. I am Carol, and what I am about to share will change everything you thought you knew about looking rich. If you want to learn the visual, behavioral, and social codes of wealthy women and transform your elegance into something lucrative, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a like. I have also just created the channel's Instagram, so follow me there at @lucrativeelegance. Here is what nobody is telling you. Between 2022 and 2024, 50 million luxury consumers abandoned brands like Dior, Versace, and Burberry. Not because they ran out of money, but because those logos stopped meaning what they used to mean. When your neighbor can buy a convincing Birkin knockoff for the price of a brunch, that $40,000 bag completely loses its power to distinguish you from the crowd. You know what this really reveals? That the game has changed, and those who have not noticed yet are playing by the old rules while missing all the opportunities. I have always found it amusing how predictable the middle class is when it comes to status symbols. They see a celebrity carrying a designer bag, so they save for months to buy the same one, thinking it will elevate them. But by the time they finally buy it, the truly wealthy have already abandoned that entire game. The ultra-rich do not play by the rules you learn from Instagram ads. Professor Sylvia Bellezza from Columbia Business School discovered something remarkable in her 2023 research. How you spend your free time now signals wealth more powerfully than what you carry on your shoulder. The new status symbols are behavioral, not material. While everyone is stuck scrolling their phones in a chronic feedback loop, the ultra-rich are flaunting something far more exclusive: the ability to disconnect completely. Here is the detail almost nobody notices. Privacy has become the supreme luxury. When you know all the trendy restaurants and exclusive brands without finding them online, you are showing genuine proximity to wealth. You are proving that you exist in circles where information flows through personal connections, not algorithms. Think about this for a moment. The woman carrying a recognizable luxury bag is announcing that she can spend $10,000. The woman who shows up with effortless elegance, without a single visible logo, is announcing something much more powerful. She does not need your validation. She does not need you to recognize her bag because her confidence comes from a place deeper than a purchase receipt. This changes everything. Since 2019, spending on luxury experiences has jumped 90%, while sales of luxury items have stagnated or fallen. The Ultra Luxury Services Index tells us exactly where the money is flowing. Dining experiences at Michelin-starred restaurants, wellness retreats that cost more per night than most people earn in a month, and tickets to exclusive sporting events like Wimbledon that have doubled in price. These are not things you can duplicate. You cannot buy a Walmart version of a private meditation with a Tibetan monk or a personalized genomic health consultation. But here is where it gets really interesting. The ultra-rich have moved beyond even health and beauty as status markers. Yes, they were investing in $40 Pilates classes, at-home IV drips, and everything organic, while the rest of us bought groceries at regular supermarkets. They turned youth and fitness into the new Birkin, but then Ozempic became popular. The price dropped 40% between 2017 and 2024. Suddenly, looking thin and young was no longer exclusive, so they moved the goalposts again. You know what this really reveals? That real wealth is not about having, it is about being. Welcome to the era of wellness as social currency. The new status symbol is not just being thin or having glowing skin, it is about how intentionally you spend your time. Marie Driscoll, luxury retail analyst, said it perfectly. Since 2019, luxury prices have skyrocketed with no corresponding increase in innovation, quality, or appeal. In 2024, consumers finally said enough. They are no longer willing to pay premium prices for products that feel mass-produced, even if they carry an exclusive label. The truly wealthy now seek personalization and self-expression. They want items that tell a story about who they are, not just how much they spent. That is why Burberry introduced personalization centers where you can monogram your purchases, and Louis Vuitton moved away from classic brown leather to embrace more colorful and individual styles. But even this is just playing catch-up. The ultra-rich have already moved on to something else: slowness. Here is the detail almost nobody notices. In a world where everyone is rushing, hurrying, performing productivity, the supreme privilege is having nothing to prove. Luxury wellness seekers are choosing slow and intentional experiences. Ayurveda retreats in Kerala, desert meditations in Morocco, forest bathing in Japan. These are not Instagram photo opportunities. They are deeply immersive journeys with guardians of local wisdom, herbalists, and philosophers. Itineraries now include scheduled idle time as a core feature. Imagine that, paying premium prices for the privilege of being bored, of sitting with your thoughts, of experiencing emotional space. This is what separates you from women who are still chasing logos. While they save for a bag that will be out of fashion next season, you are learning the codes that never go out of style. And now, let me tell you something about codes you can apply today, without spending anything. The truly elegant woman holds a wine glass differently, not with fingers stretched out affectedly, trying to look refined. She holds it naturally, as if she has done it 1,000 times, because she has. She enters an environment without announcing her arrival. There are no anxious glances seeking validation. She simply walks with purpose, greets those she needs to greet, and positions herself where it makes sense to be. You know what this really reveals? That she belongs. Even without saying a word, the middle-class woman trying to perform wealth, she spends the entire dinner filming her plate for Instagram. She wears designer from head to toe like it is a school uniform. She talks too loud, laughs too loud, tries too hard to get attention. The truly wealthy woman? She creates pauses between sentences in conversation. She listens more than she speaks. She does not fill silence with nervousness because silence does not bother her. Here's the detail almost nobody notices. Elegance begins where the anxiety for acceptance ends. In 2023, Charlotte Casiraghi, granddaughter of Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly, appeared at an event without a single visible brand, but every woman in the room knew exactly who she was. Not because of a logo, but because of the way she walked, smiled, and listened. While you try to show that you have, she shows that she knows. And that is a difference no bag can buy. I also once thought that an expensive bag would make me be treated differently, until I realized that those who really matter do not even look at that. I have entered environments feeling out of place, until I learned what really matters inside. And what matters is not in the accessories. It is in the silent confidence of someone who knows exactly who they are and does not need to prove anything to anyone. This changes everything. Now, if this is making sense to you, in my course, Look Rich Without Spending Much, I explain all these codes with practical examples, step by step. It is not about buying expensive things. It is about understanding what truly signals sophistication, elegance, and success in rooms where decisions are made and opportunities are created. At this moment, you can access this course at a promotional price. The link is in the description. Do not wait, because women who understand these codes will always have advantages over those who are still focused on superficial status symbols. Let me share something that will blow your mind. The wellness economy is worth $6.8 trillion in 2024 and is projected to reach nearly $10 trillion by 2029. That is larger than the entire tourism industry, larger than sports, larger than the green economy. Why? Because the ultra-rich have discovered that time, wellness, and inner transformation are the supreme status symbols. You cannot fake genuine wellness. You cannot buy the kind of calm, centered presence that comes from truly prioritizing your mental and physical health. You know what this really reveals? That you can start applying these principles now, today. Here's what this means for you. When you show up well-rested, with clean skin that comes from actually sleeping enough, when you move through the world without the frantic energy of someone who is always late, you are signaling something profound. You are announcing that you have your life under control, that you have resources, not just financial, but temporal and emotional. This is what elegant women have always understood. The most modern luxury retreats now begin weeks before you arrive. You undergo comprehensive health assessments, including genetic sequencing, blood biomarker analysis, epigenetic mapping, and gut microbiome testing. Your entire experience is personalized based on your unique biology. Treatments happen in suites that resemble minimalist art museums, supported by teams of doctors, nutritionists, and performance coaches. Some ultra-luxury destinations are introducing silent spas, entire spaces free from sound, screens, and even spoken language. These areas reset your nervous system using breath training, sound bath frequencies, and neurosensory deprivation. The ultra-rich are literally paying premium prices for silence. In a world drowning in noise, silence has become the supreme luxury. Here's the detail almost nobody notices. While the ultra-rich are spending hundreds of thousands on these experiences, you can access many of these principles for free. The ability to disconnect from your phone costs nothing. The choice to prioritize sleep instead of scrolling is free. The decision to move intentionally throughout the day instead of rushing from task to task requires no budget. You know what this really reveals? That elegance is not about money. It is about choices. What you are really paying for when you invest in Elegance education is knowledge. You are learning which behaviors truly signal sophistication and which reveal that you are still trying too hard. You are discovering how to carry yourself with the silent confidence that comes from genuine self-knowledge, not from validation from strangers on social media. I created this channel because I was tired of seeing intelligent, capable women wasting their resources chasing the wrong status symbols. I spent years studying these codes, observing wealthy women in different contexts, understanding what truly creates that aura of elegance and success, and what I discovered changed everything for me. The women who command respect in high-level spaces are not those covered in logos. They are those who understand proportion, quality, and most importantly, restraint. They know when to speak and when to listen. They understand that true luxury is about having choices, not about displaying purchases. They have cultivated interests that cannot be bought, knowledge of art, literature, wine, travel, culture. They can hold conversations about ideas, not just about products. This changes everything. This is what I teach in my programs. How to develop the kind of sophistication that opens doors, creates opportunities, and elevates your entire life. Not through spending more, but through understanding more. Through developing the discernment that allows you to invest wisely in things that truly matter, while avoiding the traps that keep most women stuck in an endless cycle of consumption without elevation. At this moment, we are at an inflection point. The old status rules are dying. The new rules favor women who are paying attention. Women who understand that true elegance is about presence, not possessions. About quality of life, not quantity of things. About the confidence that comes from genuine self-development, not from borrowing someone else's logo. Here is the detail almost nobody notices. The elegant woman does not need to convince, she simply exists, and that is enough. While luxury brands are struggling to figure out why their sales are dropping, smart women are quietly building a different kind of wealth, the wealth that comes from wellness, from knowledge, from networks of genuine relationships, from skills that compound over time, from the kind of elegance that cannot be faked or bought. Here is what I want you to understand. Every woman you admire for her elegance and sophistication started exactly where you are now. She made a decision to stop following the crowd and start following the codes that truly matter. She invested in understanding instead of owning. She chose development over decoration. And everything changed for her. You have that same choice now. You can continue chasing the status symbols that the ultra-rich have already abandoned, or you can leap ahead to what they are actually valuing. You can waste your resources on bags that will be duplicated and devalued, or you can invest in the kind of elegance education that appreciates over time. The women who will thrive in the next decade are those who understand this shift, who recognize that we are moving from an era of conspicuous consumption to an era of conspicuous wellness, conspicuous leisure, and conspicuous self-development. The new status symbols are invisible to people who are still playing the old game, but they are blindingly obvious to those of us who have learned to look for them. I see you. I see the woman you are becoming. The one who understands that true elegance is about much more than what you wear or carry. The one who is ready to learn the codes that will serve you for the rest of your life. The one who knows that investing in knowledge is the smartest thing you can do. If this resonates with you, if you are ready to stop playing small and start embodying the kind of elegance that truly creates opportunities, consider becoming a member of our community. For just $4.99 per month, you can join our members club and have access to exclusive content, deeper dives into these topics, and a community of women who are all on this journey together. Click the Become a Member button to join us. Before we wrap up, I want to tell you about one more resource I created for you. My digital book, Elegant Portraits with AI, contains 100 prompts to transform your photos into professional and sophisticated portraits. Because here is the thing, in our digital world, your image matters. How you present yourself in your profile photos, in your professional materials, on your social media, all of this communicates something about you. And now, during our launch promotional period, you can access this book at a special price. The link is in the description. This is about giving you the tools to control how you are perceived and ensuring that every touchpoint communicates the elegance and sophistication you embody. Now let me recap what we learned today. The status symbols of the ultra-rich have completely changed. They abandoned logos and designer bags because Walmart can replicate them for $80. They moved to experiences that cannot be copied: personalized wellness retreats, digital privacy, intentional free time. The new status codes are behavioral: how you hold a glass, how you enter an environment, the silence between your sentences. True elegance does not need logos because it comes from within, from genuine confidence, self-knowledge, and cultivated sophistication. 50 million consumers abandoned traditional luxury because prices rose without a corresponding increase in quality. The wellness economy is worth nearly $7 trillion and is growing faster than any other industry. And most importantly, you can start applying these codes today without spending anything, just by changing your choices and behaviors. The secret status codes of the ultra-rich are not really secret. They are just invisible to people who are looking in the wrong places. While everyone is looking at bags, the truly wealthy are investing in experiences, wellness, knowledge, and time. While others are announcing their status through logos, the elegant woman is communicating hers through her presence, knowledge, choices, and confidence. You now know what most people will never understand: that the real game has changed, and the winners are the women who changed with it. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue playing the old game, or will you enter this new era of elegance with intention and wisdom? If you enjoyed this video, comment below the phrase that impacted you most. I want to know which of these codes made the most sense for your reality. I am Carol, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, true luxury is not about what you own. It is about who you become.